Welcome to Only One You Need Radio. We're not the only one you need. You are. We just show you how to get out of your own way. With your host, speaker, author, business coach, and consultant, David Dubé.
Hey, it's Dave Dubé here, and I'm so excited that you're here joining me today, because in this episode, my friend, we are going to be talking about living without restraints, living free and roaming about life freely. Because to me, this is a topic that needs to be talked about. It's something that I really believe in, and I see so many people constrained, so many people carrying dead weight with them. And there's literally the first book that I ever read on success. It's in my office, and I should have had it right here next to me when I did this, but I don't, so sorry. And in it, there's this little explorer in it, and the little explorer takes these rocks and puts these rocks literally in his backpack and carries them with him. And every new experience, he puts them in, and they become problematic. Why? Because these rocks are like anchor points in our lives, but they're not positive ones, they're negative ones, because the negative ones are the ones that are heaviest. And those are the ones that we carry with us in our backpack. And eventually the backpack becomes too overweighted, too full, that we can't carry it anymore. And then we just stop moving forward. We stop progressing in our lives. And then what we do is we start going through our problems and we just compare them. We compare problem to problem, and we show each other that this is my problem. This is bigger than your problem. And so guess what? It makes me, and I'll put that problem back. But then here's another one. And we do this constantly. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. And then to make this make complete sense to you, to make that you probably understand that metaphor pretty well, but I want to talk about your past. I want to talk about the past. I want to talk about our past. As a child, when you played with toys, when you played with your toys, when you played with the toys, whose rules did you abide by? Whose guidelines did you use? Whose supervision was it under where you couldn't do something? Well, if you were like me, you had none. Like, yeah, my mom was there, my dad was there, but it was what I wanted. And I could play however I wanted. Now, let's use Legos as an example here. So you got this Lego set. And if you were like me, the first thing you did was build that set. So you read the instructions. Truly, if you were like me, you didn't read the instructions. You just started building and hoped that it worked out. And then once you knew it wasn't, then you would open up the instructions and you would finally do it as is. But after some time, I needed those parts to build something I wanted to build. And I was then creating what I wanted to create, not what the box told me to. How many of you did that? How many of you were like that? Free to roam around the building, to do what you wanted to do. For me, it was all the time. There was no creative restraint on me playing with my toys in any way that I didn't want or see fit. Did you? Was it different for you? Did your older brother, older sister tell you that this is how you have to play with these toys? And when they weren't around, did you still abide by those rules? Once again, if you were like me, you didn't. You played about the way you wanted to. You invented new things and new games, and you enjoyed yourself. You collaborated with friends and did the same thing. But what happened to that? What happened to that you? That version of you that just lived, that had fun, that wasn't restricted. What happened to you? Where did you go? Why aren't you here anymore? To me, that's crazy. It's crazy to think that that person is still in there, but you're bound by this backpack that you've been putting rocks in and carrying with you. And now the only life you can lead is the one that other people tell you to. Do you think that's fair? Is that just the way life is? I mean, I remember not too long ago, if you watched my last episode or listened to it, you heard me talk about my mom and her cancer. And I remember before things really went downhill quick for my mom said to me, there's only two things in life, death and taxes. And when she laughed, it wasn't a real laugh because there were tears there of sadness because she knew she was not coming out of this. Now, I want to ask you this question. Is it worth your life to not have fun anymore? To not be free the way you feel like you should? I know my mom didn't live free. My mom was bound. She was bound to her obligations by the laws and the rules of society. My mom she was not free. She was bound by the emotions of her past. She carried that backpack with her until the day she died. And I got to see all of it. I don't want that for you. I know you deserve more than that. You deserve better than that, don't you? So what are you doing? What are you doing with your life right now? Are you accomplishing what you truly desire? Are you getting the things that you truly want in your life? If not, something has to change. And either life changes or you change. And let me tell you, when life changes, you usually don't like it. In fact, I would say 99.99% of the time, it's a shit happening. It's something you would never want to happen. But you know why it happened? Because you didn't change. You allowed a life to take over and change your life for you instead of you taking over and changing life for you. You have two options. You decide what you want. That's what this is about. It's about you making and taking decisions for your life. It's up to you. I can't make you. I will never make you. I'll never force anything on you. But I want you to know that you have an option. You may never have felt like you had an out, but I promise you that there is one. And if you think for a moment that you can't find it yourself, then I want you to reach out. A couple years ago, I started a Facebook group. It's a private Facebook group. And just recently, I've decided to open that Facebook group again. It's called Mindset Breakthroughs. If you feel stuck, or if you have challenges that you feel that you can't overcome, or you want assistance to overcome them, then I invite you to join this group. Costs nothing. There's a video that when you get in, you will want to watch. And you will want to follow through with what it tells you to do. And from there, join the community. Participate. And watch as things start to open up for you. Now, I can't promise anything. But if you do nothing, I guarantee nothing will change except when life wants it to. So this is David Dubé with Only One You Need. It's time that you be the person you're meant to be, believe in all that you are capable of, and become more than you thought imaginable. I will catch you on the next episode. Take care.